Let's create a list in Angular using the ngRepeat directive. So in most Angular apps, you can create a context comprised of an application and one or many controllers. In our case, we're going to have an app, we'll call it repeat simple, and then let's add the controller, we'll call it repeat controller. Keep it simple. So this has created our artificial context, which our application is going to work in. Okay, now to add the Angular code via the CDN, and let's add our script tags. Now we're going to create our module, which in this case is going to roughly correspond to our ng app. Well, that may not always be the case. So the name is going to be the same, repeat sample. And then we're going to add our controller, which will roughly in this case correspond to the repeat controller div that we have. And we're going to leave it empty for the moment. Now moving on, we're going to go ahead and put the ngRepeat in to our HTML right here. We're going to use an li element. So the ngRepeat will create an li element for every element in whatever array we give it. We're going to tell it to go through the veggies array inside of its scope, and we're going to refer to each individual element of that array as veg, and we're going to output the property called name. So now let's add our structures into the JavaScript code. We're going to add a hard-coded array for the purposes of the example. Now we're going to tell the Angular code that we want the scope to be added into our controller, which will be passed in as the first parameter of our function. Now we're going to attach our data to the scope so the front end or view can see it. So when the ngRepeat runs, it will see veggies as part of the scope. Now let's refresh our browser so you can see the result. And there's our data now visible on the front end. Angular has made it easy for the data to show up. Now let's show how easy it is to modify or work with that data. We're going to add a link, a simple remove link. Angular provides a really easy way for us to know which link we're dealing with. That's the $index. So in our code, we can use the $index to work with the correct position in the array. Let's add a function to our scope so the ngClick can find the function it needs. We're going to tell the scope to go to veggies and take out that one index point. And our remove link will now work with just 2 more lines of code. Let's refresh the browser, and let's see it in action. Move one, move all, refresh. The only thing being changed is the veggies array in the scope. Thank you for watching my quick run through on how to use ngRepeat and its special properties like $index in Angular, and good luck.